There we go.
All right,
Ready.
so I'm Maddison, and I did search engines for my topic. And basically in my module, I set it up so there's different sections of beginner, moderate, and advanced. So my poster kind of goes about that way as the more beginner stuff about what search engines are, how they work, are in this, and then the more advanced algorithms and stuff are more towards the right. So we'll start off with basically just what a search engine is. And it's just a software code that's designed to search the web using keywords. And those are presented to the user using what's called SERPs, and those are just called search engine result pages. And you can see down right there, there's an example of Google's SERP, and they're split up into two different types of SERPs. There's organic SERPs and paid SERPs. So the organic SERPs are what the search engine is going to actually find from the internet, and the paid SERPs are going to be advertisements that are paying Google to show up when specific keywords are being entered in. So usually what the user wants to see is the stuff in the middle, but I'm sure you guys have all seen the paid SERPs on the side. And when it comes to types of search engines, there's many. Microsoft just came out with Bing in 2009. There's Yahoo, Google, Ask Jeeves. There's a new meta search engine, which actually uses all types of search engines to find the best work. But as you can see, even from 2004 to 2012, Google is definitely the giant in this. So about 83% of users say that they use Google, and 6% use Yahoo, and then another 60% will use others such as Bing or Ask Jeeves and stuff like that. So basically how they work, it's broken up into 3 steps. So the first part is web crawling, and basically what that is a server will receive just a list of URLs, and they'll start to what's called crawl through these websites, and they'll look for any hyperlinks within the websites. And then they'll basically visit those websites recursively until they're all stored in this database to be able to record what hyperlinks are with each website and how many they have. So after these are all put into some type of storage, you'll go into actually indexing. And I used Google's indexing and algorithm as my source because it's the best search engine so far, obviously because most people use Google. But basically what it is the founder of Google, one of the co-founders actually created it, Larry Page, and it's called PageRank. And it uses different types of linear algebra and different ways of analyzing it, and I have a tutorial on my module to show how to actually do that. But basically it goes into what's called the Google matrix, and here's a picture of just a part of the Google matrix for the Wikipedia articles. And the entire Google matrix is going to be a 1 billion by 1 billion matrix, and wherever you see a green dot, that means that there's a connection between one URL to another. So say this is URL 5 and this is URL 3. That means that URL 5 has a link to URL 3. So that's basically what all those things mean. And so this Google matrix is then analyzed by the PageRank system, and they all start out in a probability distribution, so they all have equal rank at the beginning. And once a month, Google will take it into a supercomputer to have this analyzed. It takes about 2 weeks to do because it's just huge, even on the supercomputer, which is a lot. And so basically, this is just a small PageRank system. But as you can see, the more links that a website has to you, the higher your rank is going to be. So B right here, you can see a bunch of websites are pointing to it. So it has the highest rank. It has a 38.4% rank. And then C is coming in second. So what you'll see is after these are analyzed and the ranks have been updated, when you search something that has B is going to show up on the top over C, and then E, and then the smaller ones. And that's very important because usually as users, people will only look at the first page of Google and they'll start to search something else. So a lot of times people will try and pay to get their ranks updated and make them higher. And there's also a huge industry for search engine optimization, and there's a ton of events and conferences and stuff that people go to try and get their website to become more visible on search engines.
So what's the simplest strategy somebody can take to improve their rankings?
Basically just having others, networking with other websites to try and get them to reference them. Because at the end of the day, it's just how many people are referencing you and how much credibility you have. So a lot of times the conferences are just getting in with the right people, networking with the right people, showing them the stuff you have so they'll reference your website. So it has a lot to do with networking, but yeah, there's definitely some tricks to the trade, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff that goes into search engines, so it's really cool. Yeah.
Thank you.